90.3 KEXP online all over the world at kexp.org. You're listening to the Pride edition of Audio Oasis, and I'm joined by Larry Rose, and he interviewed Sashay, and you'll get to hear them later. But right now, here is live music by Little Star on KEXP. Little Star on KEXP.
I pour one drink to my throat, and I choke. I had a slam on my brakes. There's traffic these days. I don't know why I let it bring me down, but I do. I feel alone when I'm on the road, driving through the suburbs. I feel the pressure
listening to live music by Little Star here on Audio Oasis on KEXP. You just heard I Just Wanna Lie from their self-titled album that came out this year, and Sally from the demos that came out last year. And I think it's really cool that you guys are mixing it up and playing both, because I really love the self-titled. The self-titled is like my Bible. It's one of my like top 10 Bibles of the year. I have to listen to it. And I remember when I first heard it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I told my assistant Juliet, I'm like, you got to hear this. She's like, yeah, this is really good. And then I played it on air that night, and then I went home, and then I listened to it at the bus stop, listened to it on the bus, and then I played it when I got home, and I just played it for the entire week, and I was just really motivated to get it to the music director and just make sure that the world heard it, because there's just something that's really addictive about it. And the music, the lyrics, Dan, your voice, like all this cool stuff that happens in it. So great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really cool album. And the other thing that was really great about listening to you all was discovering Good Cheer Records, which is a great label in Portland that's putting out some really cool people, and it seems very family oriented. Is that true?
I don't know. What do you mean by family?
Like you guys are all close, and it
Yeah.
seems like they put out music of friends and just really promoting really great artists coming out of Portland and
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think most of the people on it are in Portland, a couple in Seattle.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, they just help us out a lot.
Yeah, because
They
I
do a lot
noticed
for
that
us.
like any release that you guys have put out has been on Good Cheer.
Yeah.
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 We just have, Dan sometimes will put up demos that aren't officially through Good Cheer, but mostly like they put out Being Close and the self-titled.
Yeah.
And I think when we joined up with them, there were only maybe 4 bands, and now there's, I don't know, probably close to double digits. So it's a small circle of friends
Yeah.
that's just getting
Cool.
wider, and they're doing good work. And
Yeah.
And your friends Sweeping Exits were here last week.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and I know that you played their album release. Their excellent, excellent album. That is another favorite of mine. Yeah. So, Dan, you started this as a recording project in your room.
Yeah, in my room.
Yeah.
With a drum machine.
Were you were you performing as Little Star?
No,
You were
I
just
wasn't.
hanging out, doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a long winter. And so I used a drum machine and made songs, and then asked Julian to play. And then we kind of, went from there. Started making them. I don't know, they sound pretty different from when they, are in my room. And
Yeah.
so it's always cool to see what they turn into with Sonny and Julian.
Yeah, it's probably a lot more full.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And so this is, reading about Little Star, I noticed that there's a lot of information on the last album, which is Being Close. But there isn't much information about the self-titled album, so we're going to tell everybody about it right now.
Yeah.
So where did you record it at?
So we recorded at Type Foundry Studio. Their friend Mac Pogue recorded it, and we did it in a day.
I think we had 2 days this time.
2 days this time, yeah. And we had our friend John Value, who was playing drums at the time. And that's right. Yeah, we took our time on it. The one before we did in like 15 hours or something, and it was really a lot. And then this one, it was at Type Foundry.
Cool. And what was it like picking the songs and putting them together for the album? Because it's a really great listen from start to finish, and I feel like it flows really nicely.
Thank
together.
you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there were a lot of it was kind of just whatever we were playing at that time, and I think all of the songs that we were playing at the time had some kind of common theme, which they're all about me being nervous and also just about things I like The Exorcist. I think some of them, there's one called Linda Blair.
Yeah.
And then some of them are about being on antidepressants and not wanting to be on them, but needing to be on them.
Mm-hmm. Do you meditate?
I don't meditate, no, but Julian does, I think.
I do.
I thought Calming Ritual was about meditating because there's 2 of them, so maybe I just thought maybe you had different types of different ways of meditating.
Dan just has different forms of practicing meditation, I would say. He has his rituals,
It's
for sure.
true.
Yeah.
Although those two in particular, I feel like people really respond to in this way that, like they do use them kind of as their own practice or as something that they can turn to be like, I really need this right now because I'm having these feelings, which is the exact reason Dan wrote them. So it's cool when
nice.
that stuff can branch out.
Yeah, cool. I also wanted to ask about the differences between Being Close and the self-titled. And this band, just reading about you all, you're really open about things, and I really like that a lot because I think, there's people out there who aren't able to talk about things or feel nervous about things that they might be going through or ashamed or whatever. And Julian, you went through a really big life change, and I know that affected the music a lot. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it did. So I had 2 songs that I wrote on Being Close, which were related to my transition, which I did maybe, 6 months into starting playing music with Dan. So I started taking hormones, which made my voice drop really significantly and changed how it sounds. So the songs on the last record that I wrote all had to do with that. And really were only able to be performed for a short amount of time while I still had that range.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I wrote them, right? Like they were this offering for this short amount of time. And then when I couldn't sing them anymore, we didn't sing them, which made them feel really special while we played them.
Yeah, a documentation of your life.
Exactly, yeah. And I feel like as Dan and I kept progressing and playing more as Little Star, something you notice about this new record is it flows really beautifully. There's this cohesion of sound, and I've sort of drifted into my own project called Layperson, and Little Star has more become Dan's, mostly writing all the songs now.
Yeah.
And I still, do my harmonies and have my parts, but I feel like when we were splitting the writing before, it was beautiful and it helped me through my transition, but our styles are very different, and so I kind of put that in a different venue. But for me, Being Close is this little period of time, something I went through that we were able to capture really beautifully, and, had my buddy Sneer to go through it with. So
I think that's really cool. And I also want to tell listeners that there's a really cool video about your transition. And I had a little tear. Sorry, couldn't help it. It was like really wonderful and beautiful. And I really appreciate that you're so open about that. And
yeah, totally. It's very important to me to be out as trans when I play music, because now that I'm on hormones, I can just kind of look like another dude on stage, which is wonderful. There's lots of dudes on stage, but it's important that backstory is there,
Yeah. So transitioning and antidepressants, and I forgot what the other thing.
Horror movies.
Horror movies, yeah. Those are some of the themes of these albums. Are there any more that you can talk about? And I also want to say, this is so dumb. It's because I don't watch horror films. I got Linda Blair messed up with Twin Peaks lady.
Oh, yeah.
I totally messed that up.
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
Yeah. Are there any other themes that you could talk about in the latest album, in the self-titled?
In the latest one? Well, they're just about relationships still. I think Being Close was more about my transition away from a really long relationship that I was in. It was kind of like my first big breakup. And I wanted this album to not be about a breakup anymore, and to be about other sort of, I don't know, like the importance of friendship and, I don't know, that kind of thing. I have a song about Sonia that I wrote.
Yeah,
so
that's
friends.
So cool.
Yeah.
You have your own song. It's like your theme song. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Cool. Well, we should hear some more music from Little Star here on Audio Oasis on KEXP.
For now I feel so down. I wonder if there could be any way out. My life life is empty. Got you in it. I can take this feeling, make it useful. Someone else must do it. 'Cause the moon will come, the moon will go. Come again. For now, though it feels so down, I wonder if there could be any way out.
Little Star on KEXP.
It's all I can bear, just to comb my hair. It's nothing much, it's nothing much. Do it so I stay pretty. As I look into the corner of my room, there's weak old food. And I wish I was yours. Yeah, I wish I was yours. And all I can see is Mr. DNA up on the screen. He talks to me, tells me I should be happy. As I look into the corner of my room, there's weak old food. And I wish I was yours. Yeah, I wish I was yours. I wish I was yours.
You're listening to Little Star here on Audio Oasis on KEXP. You heard Mr. DNA, and that is from the demos from 2016, and Mood is from a self-titled that came out this year. And let's see, so there's a video for Mood. I know that.
Yeah.
I watched that. Are you planning to make any more music videos?
There was a really big budget for that video. Really, like,
It's really cute.
yeah.
Thanks.
It was
I think it's a really
It was
cute
a
video.
fun night.
Yeah.
It was an iPhone in a motel room in Northern California. So
Cool.
It was fun. Yeah.
I like
We
it.
should make a new video. We
Yeah.
hadn't thought of it till you asked.
Maybe I could pick the song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
We'll do it.
All right. I'm going to hold you
Yeah.
to it. It's on video now.
Oh, no.
Any tour plans or anything?
Not right now. We want to, though. We
Yeah.
want to. I would like to go back to California. It's so sunny there.
Are you from there?
No, I'm not.
Where are you
but
from?
I'm from Colorado, but lived in Portland for like 10 years. And I don't know. We went to California in April, and I think we just like smiled and laughed and felt good for 2 weeks straight.
Probably the
And
sun.
It was all the sun, yeah, and just being together in the
Yeah.
sun. You could like go outside.
Not feel
I
cold.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a little tour of Paramount because my friend works there, and
Cool.
got our like VIP passes and just stood out like some sore thumbs, purple hair.
That's amazing.
It was fun,
Did you
yeah.
see any stars?
We
Any,
we actually got to
well,
see
the
them.
stars on the What are they called?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Hollywood stars?
celebrities and stars.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
We saw them shooting some of Transparent, actually, which was pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen that show.
No.
We saw Jeffrey Tambor, which was from afar, and just kind of nerded out from a distance, and yeah.
But did you see any Hollywood stars like on the?
I didn't. Did you guys?
We missed it.
Yeah, we
We were
missed
too
them.
busy. We were playing shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Next time.
Yeah. Well, you'll go back. You'll tour there. You'll become huge in California.
Yep.
You'll end up moving there,
Yep.
and then you'll get your Hollywood star.
Our little Hollywood star.
You're a star. Yeah. Well,
star.
another question. I'm sorry, I have to ask this.
Yeah.
Does your name come from Big Star?
Yeah, it
Okay.
does. It was. I really liked them. I still like them. A couple of years ago, and I mean, I'm sure there's another band called Little Star. So if you're out there, then sorry.
I actually heard some kids outside of a venue that we played at last week being like, "Yeah, Big Star sucks, but this band's really good." I didn't want to tell Dan they said that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Cool. Well, this is the Pride edition of Audio Oasis. So, how are you celebrating Pride this year?
Oh man, I'm gonna miss all of it because I have to go to a funeral service actually this weekend. But I usually go to the trans parade, which is awesome. And there's actually a trans picnic in Portland, which is super fun.
Cool.
And just like lots of dogs and trans people eating food in a park. It's fun.
Cool.
Sonia, what are you doing?
I have no idea yet. I have no plans, but I want to do something.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out.
Yeah. Well,
You guys should tell them about the water park that you want to go
The
to.
gay days
That's
at
a
Wild
plug.
Waves. Yeah, well, I really want to go, but we're going to be out of town. They always have like a gay day at Wild Waves. I don't know. I heard about it, and I've always wanted to
I've
go.
never heard of it.
Yeah, it's
That's
in July.
amazing.
It's on July 16th.
Cool.
And I always really wanted to go, but we're going to be out of town.
Cool. Well,
There you go.
something to look forward to maybe next year.
Yeah, exactly. I've
Yeah.
been trying to go for like 3 years now. It's never worked out.
You got to make it happen next year.
I know.
That's how I feel about this music festival, PDX Pop Now, which I'm going to.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
go.
I'm gonna go,
Cool.
and I
Nice.
made it happen because I said it was gonna happen.
Hey,
Sonia, it's happening
it's the
Okay.
secret.
next year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming. This was
Yeah,
amazing.
Thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Love you guys so much.
Aw.
Yes, you've been listening to Music by Little Star here on Audio Oasis on KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.